of colors. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for our national anthem. Attention. Attention, salute. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
America. This land was built on the dreams of her pioneers, parents, who posed an inspiration and vision for a national built on individual freedom. This spirit of freedom is woven deeply into the fabric of America's history.
He calls America the...
When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner over 200 years ago, he asked the question if the flag was still flying over Fort McHenry after an entire day and night of attack. When he saw the flag the next morning, he was inspired to write the words of our national anthem.
He called America the land of free and the home of brave. Those words are true today as they were then. Veterans are the brave men and women who have protected and defended this country to keep the land of the free.
Over all these veterans, the American flag has flown as a symbol of our hard-fought freedom. Old Glory has been a constant reminder of where we came from and where we are going. It is a reminder of our nation's greatest victories and worst tragedies.
first flag was made in 1777 and had 13 red and white stripes and 13 stars on a blue field, one stripe and star for each of the original colonies. Since then, the stripes have been stayed the same, but new stars have been added.
The colors of the flag are important too. The red stripes represent the courage and sacrifices of our military. The white stripes represents the purity of our ideals. The blue field represents the strength and unity of all 50 of our states, which are represented by the white stars.
Our next song is Your Grand Old Flag. George M. Colin wrote it in 1906 as a part of a musical. It has since become one of the most popular patriotic songs. Feel free to sing along with us.
Now is the time to acknowledge a dream that only hard work and sacrifice could bring to life. Now is the time to give thanks for this nation, unique in all of history. Now is the time to celebrate our heritage of liberty.
Throughout this nation's history, America's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid our friends and allies, and to turn back aggressors.
We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the more than 650,000 American service members who died in service to our country. We can, however, recognize and thank the 25 million veterans still living today.
These words inscripted on the Korean War Memorial in Washington, D.C. say, "Our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered the call to defend a country they never knew and a people they never met." Service members understand that these sacrifices isn't just for them or their children, but for all future generations.
Let us begin by paying tribute to our veterans, the men and women who have served in any branch of the armed forces of the United States. They protected our freedom through peace and time in wars like World War I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, the Gulf Wars, and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
From the Marines raising the flag of Iwo Jima to the Army Guards at the tomb of the unknown soldier, for the Air Force Thunderbirds to the Navy Blue Angels and the Coast Guard protecting our waters, each branch of the military is a vital part of our country's history and future.
The United States Army, be all you can be, Army strong. The United States Navy, a global force for good.
The United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines simplify. The United States Coast Guard. Semper Paratus, always ready. The United States Air Force. Aim high, fly, fight, win.
Tomorrow is Veterans Day, the day each year that our country honors those who have served in the military. It began as Armistice Day, celebrating the end of World War I, at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. That's why we celebrate Veterans Day every November 11th.
Today it is our privilege to say thank you to all the America's veterans, to let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. Today we celebrate Americans' veterans for keeping this nation the land of the free and the home of the brave.
If you are a retired veteran or an active military personnel, we want to honor you today. As we present the flag and the song from your branch of the military, will you either come stand near the flag, or if you would prefer, stand at your seat, so that we may show our thanks to you. Also, we invite the spouses and children of veterans or active duty military personnel to stand at your seats when the song from your branch of the military is sung, so we may also recognize you. You have made sacrifices to support your veteran by moving across the country and sometimes around the world, and you are appreciated too. Thank you. You may be seated.
It is only appropriate to pause on this day to honor not only veterans who have retired and those who are currently serving, but also the memory of those soldiers who served their country, paying the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms.
The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay it. Please stand in memory of those men and women who died in the course of defending our country and remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated.
The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America are our foundations for freedom and liberty. The patriots who wrote these documents had to look to the future of this country to create a system of government that would work not only then but would endure until now.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equally, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
We, the people of the United States, in order from a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide from the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
These words from the Declaration of Independence Constitution of the United States of America are the foundation of this country. Our patriotism is rooted in them.
The words to America were written by Samuel Francis Smith, who was inspired by a tune he found in an old music textbook. His friend, musician, and composer Lowell Mason first performed the song with his children's choir on July 4, 1831. America served as our unofficial national anthem for almost 100 years.
This song has been sung by children and adults ever since then. It was sung by Marian Anderson on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and quoted by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in his I Have a Dream speech during the Civil Rights Movement.
America the Beautiful was written by Catherine Lee Bates in 1893. She was inspired while traveling to write these words which praise the beauty of our country, from the wheat fields of Kansas to the mountains of Pikes Peak, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. This song is one of our most well-known and beloved songs and has been called an expression of patriotism at its finest. Please feel free to sing along as we sing these familiar songs.
Our last song is This Land Is Your Land, one of the most loved songs about America. It was written by a man named Woody Guthrie. He wrote This Land Is Your Land in February 1940 after years of traveling across this country during the Great Depression.
He wrote this song for the people of the United States of America as a way to express his deep appreciation for the diversity of America's everyday people. This song endures today as a national favorite. Feel free to sing along with us.
We would like to thank you for being here for our Performers Day. A special thank you to our veterans, without whom we would not be celebrating today. On behalf of our 5th grade students, we give you our appreciation for a job well done. And now we'd like to turn it over to Mr. Dotson.
Gonna move it up a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Let's give our 5th grade class another round of applause. Big shout out to Miss Tickle here. This is our music teacher. She's wonderful. This is one of our favorite programs every year. Just to let you know, we did live stream it today, and then it will be available on our Westside homepage. So if you want to go to the Westside homepage later today and share it with other family members, we know everyone couldn't be here today, so we would love for you to be able to share it with them. So thank you again so much for coming, and we appreciate you being here. I'm going to ask family and friends if you would stay in your family unit and maybe just spread out on this court or the basketball court or in the grassy area, and we'll give your student just a moment to come and speak to you, and then we're going to call them back. Students, if a family member was not able to come today, and we understand everyone wasn't able to come, if you'll just remain with your teacher, okay? So if you guys want to take a moment and kind of spread out over here or back around or wherever, and we'll give our students a moment. Ms. Tickle, anything else? Oh, and thank you so much to our color guard from CHS. We appreciate them being here. Thank you. And I would be amiss, I'm so sorry, I meant to mention too, thank you to all of our veterans. We appreciate all those who have served or have served. We hope you have a wonderful Veterans Day tomorrow, and thank you again for all of your service. And thank you. If your parents are not here, students, again, remember to stay with your teacher, okay? If parents, I'll give you a moment to spread out, and then we'll